Welcome back to the 2v2 Cup. This will be our last open cup before the playoffs with invited players. We have over $700 for those playoffs, by the way. Things are looking fantastic. I'm not asking anyone to contribute to the Match Reno page, but it is there if anyone wants to. Exclamation mark Match Reno in the chat. Or I guess if you're on YouTube, well, nobody on YouTube contributes to anything. You're a bunch of freeloaders. All right, game number one in the top left side of the map. It's Team Big Mac, baby, with the combination of the Orange Protoss,
RotterdaM
and his ally,
HeroMarine.
To the bottom right, we have the combination of the Pink Terran,
Beastyqt
and his ally,
MaxPax.
Bruh, I came from YouTube. Oh, I'm just roasting YouTube, dude. It's all good. Don't worry about it. You're here on Twitch. So you're cool now. It's all good. It's a forge over for MaxPax. Okay, so Beastyqt and MaxPax. More of the same shit. Same map, different players. This time it's being executed a little bit better. No offense to poor coconuts. But while we watch this go through, I don't know if this will actually follow through better or not. Beastyqt and MaxPax actually have played a lot of 2v2s, and they've defeated a lot of European pros in other 2v2 tournaments. And of course, they are the inspiration of why this one even exists in the first place. Hence the coupon code free money for Beastyqt and MaxPax. If Beastyqt and MaxPax get knocked out of the tournament, don't worry, guys. We have plans for them to come back. If they qualify through, obviously that's best. But like I said, we'll talk about that later. On the other hand of this, you got RotterdaM and HeroMarine, who are not dedicated 2v2 players by any stretch of the imagination. But they are both very talented 1v1 StarCraft players. And you can see right now, some of those mechanics from 1v1 still shine through. Even in 2v2, where you need high ground vision. They've denied high ground vision. MaxPax sneaks another probe in. This pylon now going to secure the spot a bit better. Roddy's going to pull the probes. He runs through it, still loses the probe, but the high ground from the pylon has been established. And while this will get surrounded and killed, the other probe comes up here. Reaver picks it off. Huge deny. This is going to save Roddy's mineral line. But here's the question. How much did MaxPax dedicate to this? Looks like he kind of started to abandon ship on the cannons early. So going back home, you know, he's got a gateway on the way. He's going to try and recover. We're going to have a lot of Reapers coming out of HeroMarine. And Beastyqt is going to have to match that with his own Reaper production, which is at the moment a little behind, if you will. I wonder if it would be worth burning a scan. Probably not, but sad to say these cannons are going to just die like this. When the Reapers come in, they could have maybe potentially gotten some backup from those cannons, but they don't have that safety. And actually, with HeroMarine having more Reapers at a much higher health, this is not a spot that, I mean, BC might try and use the grass here in the middle. No, he's just going to keep falling back. Wait for those heals to come in. Oh, they do end up burning a scan, by the way, to try and get a little bit more cost efficiency out of the cannon, but it's still, yeah, ultimately dead. That being said, the little Reaper aggression wasn't a total failure out of BC's part. He got a good eye on what HeroMarine has, and he also managed to keep them from pushing across the map and into their base, because right now, as you can see, MaxPax is a little defenseless. He's working on getting units out, but he was really set back by that cannon rush. RotterdaM did lose some mining and a couple of probes, I believe, to this, so it's not that this was completely wasted, but the cost investment for MaxPax was much higher than the value that he got out of it. There's no question about that. It's going to be Phoenix coming out of Roddy. If you guys are... if you're fans of RotterdaM, you know that he loves this unit. And, this is a pretty good standard way to play 2v2s, just to have one player get Phoenix. You do a lot of crowd control, a lot of lift up, and oh my god, the brute force clean up on the top side. He surrounds HeroMarine's Reapers, but I think the Stalkers will still power through at the end of the day. So even though they came into this a little bit outgunned, it wasn't too bad of a trade. And if this army chases, it does give them time to recover. Remember, all of this is buying time for MaxPax to have units on the field. With a high ground defense at home, there's definitely a real chance they hold off what's coming, even though all around the army supplies are kind of low. Like, nobody on this map has more than a handful of units. RotterdaM has a lot of power through this Phoenix. You can see MaxPax actually was so worried about this. He put a gateway there. He's canceled it now since then. Not a lot's really well known about MaxPax, but he's he's come up with some crazy builds, some of which are memes and some of which are really scary. So like, I've got some faith in this guy to recover from this position. You see he's going for Phoenix as well. Roddy's way ahead production wise. In fact, he's going for a third Stargate though, so this is something where MaxPax is going to be outgunned, no question about it, but he's here for the fight. Of course, while this goes on, a quick, very casual reminder. I know HeroMarine and RotterdaM are streaming their games, but Beastyqt is as well, I believe. So you really can on Twitch go watch all points of view of this in real time because nobody's using a stream delay. We're all rocking and rolling this live. Treat yourselves, dear viewers. Oh, and you pulse crystals too. Roddy, please have some chill. This is going to be really difficult to overcome. You're going to have some Marines helping out. Okay, sure. But those Marines are also at the risk of getting fried alive by HeroMarine's Hellions. So this is a pretty awkward battle that's coming. If it's a defensive fight and they're fighting up a ramp at home, I can see a situation where this kind of levels out a bit. HeroMarine's behind an army supply because of the type of supply he's going for, right? I think he opened up with a 3x Reaper, but he's actually playing mech in this game, so it's kind of his production facilities were wasted. But I mean, he got the natural base down. He's on 40 workers. In fact, most players in this game, like everybody's at a pretty decent worker count. Definitely better for the top team, quite clearly. But 2v2s are funny because of the way minerals get a little bit more limited and how I think much more difficult it is to expand. For how long was the MaxPax build scary? So I think the MaxPax build had a bit of funny meme time thanks to Beastyqt and YouTube. If you talk to a lot of pros, most of them kind of laugh it off, but MaxPax has had some cool builds. All right, 9 Phoenix to 8, not that bad. With the Marine advantage here on the ground, that could help out to this a lot. There's no way RotterdaM's going to engage over that. Not unless he's fully confident HeroMarine's got his back. This many Hellions too. I'm wondering if the engagement I see happening for this is like MaxPax actually lifting up all the Hellions and sacrificing the Phoenix DPS, letting the Marines do the damage while that goes on, is my best bet for taking a good engagement here. But RotterdaM, you know what? He's really investing in this. He's getting the weapon upgrades. As far as tech goes, he already has Enya and Pulse Crystals. But that's not going to matter much with the Marines. That's only going to matter versus the other Phoenix. See those Phoenix dodge around this. Good fight in the middle of the map though from Beasty. I gotta say, this is Beasty has like the most army supply in the game right now. But oh no. Everybody is out of position for this, and that's going to be a lot of dead workers here for MaxPax. I'd love to meme about Chrono Boost and this being a no problem, but this is a big problem. These guys are going to lose out a lot of economy from this. And even if BC sends MaxPax a bunch of mineral patches or minerals as an ally to make this up, it's still the time it takes to rebuild those probes is going to be so long, even with something like a Chrono Boost. So this opening that was left there, RotterdaM, it was risky to do, but it paid off for sure. This killed upwards of 27 probes. Now we go for the fight. Phoenix to Phoenix. Scary to see. Siege tanks set up on the ground. Hellions can't really push through that, but these Marines are so low from stimming and chasing those Phoenix around. Gotta be very careful. We got some missile turrets set up for PC, but I mean, these are not gonna stop this one Phoenix. I feel like maybe 1 or 2 of the Phoenix is gonna be super frustrating to deal with. Although granted, some of these Phoenix are pretty low. Roddy gets too greedy. He could lose a little bit more than he bargained for. He's already 2, almost 3 go down to this. Mr. Trish can catch another one on the way out because it's low. 4, no way. Okay, 3, just 3. Meanwhile, middle of the map engagement here from the Aaron going north. Ooh, interesting. Okay, look, the clock's ticking on this bottom team. They know it. That damage to the mineral lines is going to hurt in like 5 minutes and really show off. For now, they have an army that can still fight. But the longer this goes off, you know, Roddy on like just superior production is going to be hard to outmatch. RotterdaM's also swapping to do disruptors, which I actually like the idea of, but MaxPax will likely pick those up for a battle. There's also a situation here where MaxPax, there's nothing to really stop him other than Roddy's Phoenix. Roddy's Phoenix, though, you know what? If all those Marines die, Roddy's Phoenix are going to be king in this game. There's a Widowmine, though. Widowmine can get a massive EMP has been scanned. Okay, HeroMarine and hopefully RotterdaM, more importantly, have seen that Widowmine. As far as the units goes, 14 Phoenix to 15 Phoenix. RotterdaM has the advantage from starting outside of range, but if MaxPax gets in range, he'll stay in range. The thing about Enya Pulse Crystals is it's great for a bit of poke, but Phoenix move at the same rate of one another. So if at some point MaxPax gets in range of RotterdaM, he will stay in range, regardless of the range upgrade Roddy has. 2 more Stargates coming out, by the way. Roddy's going for 5 Stargate production. What the yikes? Risky to leave some units on the front line. Maybe this is a bluff? I'm not sure what's happening here. The Phoenix were coming back with the Medivacs. The Widowmine's gone down since then too. I think having a couple more Widowmines could go a long way. We saw that actually in the 2v2 tournament with Thermal. We saw actually Widow Mines clearing out things like Liberators and Vikings and TBTs. It was really cool to see. But BC's got a triple drop heading far south. RotterdaM is not right now in position for this, but the Phoenix are not too far away. I feel like he could definitely respond to this if he needs to. Meanwhile, top left, HeroMarine goes in for the bit of a break. Quickly identifying that there's a couple of siege tanks at the bottom of the ramp. Pulls back, siege tanks over here set up. There's not enough Marines here to fight this. This army is going to get destroyed. Beastyqt is so screwed. This is a disruptor coming out of this. Best case scenario, they grab one on the way out. No, picks up with those tanks. Pushes up to the high ground on HeroMarine space. Goes for the break on this side. You know what? This looks really good initially, but you got to remember RotterdaM is going to be able to come in and collapse on top of this. It's 26 Phoenix to 18. MaxPax does not win this fight. There's not enough ground support for this. Beasty at this point just like hit and run, do as much damage as possible, but here comes the Phoenix. They left all that up. So looking pretty rough here for our bottom team. They've dealt with HeroMarine pretty well, I gotta say. HeroMarine playing mech has had very little influence on this game. Oh, Roddy's rocking those classic carrier skins, by the way. Of course he is. Like, I never in any world thought I would be saying this in a match of StarCraft 2, but Beastyqt is doing better than HeroMarine. HeroMarine, who farms the ESO weeklies. HeroMarine, who's like the best Terran player in Europe, like type thing. He's actually getting outdone in the Terran part of this matchup. But to be clear, I don't know. Like, I just feel like both sides. I look at this like MaxPax and Beasty. Widow Mines could make a world of difference here at dealing with RotterdaM, but at the same time, it could make a world of difference at dealing with MaxPax. Like if HeroMarine started pumping out some Widow Mines, I could see some really volatile engagements, but RotterdaM has his game on lockdown. RotterdaM actually has more supply in his army right now than all three players combined. Like RotterdaM is really running away with this game. The hard carry, to be sure. Just setting about 2 missile turrets because he knows he doesn't care if he loses Phoenix like this. Carrier's getting into the mix too. Beasty's trying to get Thors and Vikings, and like he's making a lot of the right moves. Just got a little bit late. Here comes the Phoenix out of MaxPax. He gets into range for the fight. Like I said, if he gets into range, he'll stay in range, but it's easier said than done. Oh, actually, he's got Indian Pulse Crystals too. I didn't even realize he finished up the upgrade. So forget what I said about range. It's just even footing here. But as the Phoenix lift up the SCVs, it means they're not fighting other Phoenix. However, it's still just outgunned 20 to 16. Carrier's getting pushed back with this too. Here come the Vikings helping some as well. Gets rid of the carriers. That's the big kills. RotterdaM still has a pretty nice Phoenix count. He's got way better production to replace these. Oh, Disruptor comes out of nowhere. Woo. Some Hellions with blue flame wrapper on the top side. This forces a recall out of MaxPax. He does bring the Phoenix back on this side. Up a trees down the south. Thank you for the raid, man. And thank you for playing in the holdout challenge yesterday. You set a good standard for everybody yesterday. What is this spam? My pal Sal? Did you type race that one out? I am forever 27. Roddy is beasting. Yeah, Roddy's in full beast mode this game. HeroMarine and Beastyqt are really just backseat drivers to their allies. Like so much of the pivotal focus of this game is on these Phoenix. I think the carriers are just too much though. Like you can see this too. MaxPax has been matching this out best he can. He's just outproduced and outdone by Roddy having like 4 bases to work with. Oh, that depowers the cyber core. That's going to shut down +1 weapons upgrade. Roddy's on +2 weapon upgrades. That's a huge gap between the two players. Phoenix goes in for the engagement. The carrier itself already almost gets nuked down. It's going to get followed up here pretty quickly. BC running some Vikings over, desperately trying to get here in time to fight, but MaxPax is already losing most of the army. It's probably over, folks. I think Roddy did fully beast mode this game. I love this Thor attempting to be in the mix. Of course, he can't be picked up, but else you can't 1v3, 1v4 carriers. Drop from Beast. He was doing some damage in counter to this, but HeroMarine's got this cleaned up on lockdown. Blue Flame Hellions catching his Marines, no problem. Still fighting it out to the bitter end. This is a hell of a game, considering we got to remember this started with like a pretty failed cannon rush out of MaxPax, led to this insane late game composition out of both sides. They're going to chase Simeon's down and run it down where they can, but I think really, truly, and honestly, even though BC's making 6 Liberators at a time, and I mean 6... There's no way 6 Liberators are going to win this game. But I guess like there's splash damage and like a theoretical deals with the Phoenix, but even if it does, somehow, it's not going to. But let's say in some imaginary world, Beasty has like 20 Liberators and they kill 37 Phoenix. I don't know that they can actually deal with the carriers at all. Liberator anti-air damage is so not great. Oh, sorry, it's a Viking. It's so not good. It's a slow collapse. Meanwhile, MaxPax continues to roam around the map. You see HeroMarine established like a bunch of missile turrets. HeroMarine's got Roddy's back. Team Big Mac, guys. All right, watch this. The splash damage, unreal. Actually, it is. Whoa, the splash damage is actually kind of unreal. All jokes aside, that got a little scary for Roddy, but there's still no clear way to deal with all of this. Disruptor's gonna try and shoot some of the Marines. Liberator doing what it can here for the interceptors. I guess hoping to remove all the interceptors from play, but even then, here come back the figures for round 2, and they're not stacked up like they were before. 4 carriers in the mix too, guys. Beastyqt, MaxPax, I hate to say it, it's a done deal. GG. Game 1 goes to RotterdaM and HeroMarine. Okay, sorry, switching out to the admin because I do want to catch some sterile games today, but this one we have to finish out first, and it's looking pretty fantastic. Our team to the bottom, Team Big Mac, coming into this one, 1 point on the board against an established 2v2 team. We have the combination
of RotterdaM and his ally, HeroMarine.
And to the top right, we have the Teal Terran.
Roger Wilco. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Beastyqt and his ally, MaxPax.
Now, to be clear, restating this again. Oh, this is a gas steal, I just realized. For the colorblind people watching. You know, this was a pretty bad opening in game 1 for MaxPax. It really didn't work. The cannons were gimmicky at best. But at the end of the day, this ended up being closer in a lot of engagements than I think anyone expected. And I think if a couple things went wrong for Roddy and a couple things went right for MaxPax, that might not have been such an insanely dominable game. I mean, there's not often times in a 2v2 where one player carries the whole match. At least not from the games we've been casting, especially the NA ones with the actual NA pros. Teamwork has always been a really important factor to this game. Beastyqt and MaxPax have that teamwork. I know they do. And I think that's part of why that game got close as it did. Most other people, like just who are 1v1 pros, probably would have died, frankly, much sooner. But yeah, I was taking a look at that bracket. In the round of 8, we have Team Unbeatable, Cyril and DNS going up against Lily Canine and Space Marine. I've asked our admin to try and hold that one for us. Hopefully that works out, and hopefully we can cast that. If it doesn't work out, there's a lot of other good games to pick from those, so I'm not going to complain. But yeah, the plan is these are all best of 3s until the finals, which is a best of 5. The winning team will be invited to the playoffs. And was it Euthermal's team? I think it was Euthermal's team, or no, Harstom's team. Harstom Denver. There you go. Harstom Denver won the first one of these. Then we had 2 North American teams who qualified with player names you wouldn't really recognize. Crucial Nug and Knight, though, are apparently really prominent in the 2v2 scene. So we are finding the last team to join us in our 4-team playoffs, which is scheduled for next weekend. The time is not locked in. That's why I'm not advertising it, because we're going to talk to the teams, obviously, and make sure we find a time that works for everybody. It's a little bit difficult whenever you're doing US versus NA, but I'm hoping sometime in the morning squarely will work for everybody on a weekend. But Widow Mines. Okay, so we have Widow Mines coming this time out of Beasty. I think this is good for a multitude of reasons, but more to the point, if Roddy's going to keep going for Stargates, yeah, the Phoenix can lift up the Widow Mines, and there's a good chance Widow Mines do no damage whatsoever. But if you really want to take that gamble, risk the friendly fire that goes with it too, I think there's a chance you can just outdo Roddy with Widow Mines, period. US versus NA. Did I say US versus NA? Well, there's my NA brain coming at you. I meant EU versus US, obviously. No, that's still wrong. EU versus NA. There we go. 4th time's the charm. I can't win, guys. All right. Quadruple Stargates is unreal. I have to mention HeroMarine's going to be sending a little bit of cash to help with this. So we'll see his army lack a bit while Roddy's grows insatiably. Couple Widow Mines playing right around the roast there. The Zealot. These ones going to drop in the mineral lines. Missile turrets here to help. Phoenix have to go in to lift up, and if they lift up the Widow Mines, then MaxPax gets some free shots off. And if he decides to fight against, MaxPax, the Widow Mines get their shots off. Yeah, we watched the game with Maga and Braddock, who are playing again today, by the way. And Braddock went straight to ghosts, and a big EMP can kill a lot of Phoenix power. Not just in terms of taking away the shields, but also removing their energy so they can't pick anything up. So whether it's Widow Mines, whether it's an EMP, just splash damage in general is going to be pretty dang effective against those Phoenix that Roddy is going to likely mass out on once again. I mean, this is RotterdaM, who, for those who don't know, he's like if Roddy could make one unit until the day he died, it would be Phoenix, right? This is his wheelhouse, and here he gets to shine with it in a 2v2 tournament. But you know what RotterdaM can't do? Last longer against Raynor than Rifkin. Oh! For the majority of you who will watch this VOD later and don't understand that joke, too bad. Watch the live show once in a while. But Anion Pulse Crystals are coming out of MaxPax as well. He's also going for quite a bit of Phoenix. Production cycles, not really matching. Roddy is going to have more, just straight up. He's just got better production for it. But this does seem to be at the cost of HeroMarine. I'm pretty confident right now it's safe to say Gabe is sending a lot of money to RotterdaM. So, you know, he doesn't really have an army. He's fueling his Protoss ally, which is cool to see, and this is an awesome 2v2 tactic, but it is going to be something where Roddy comes in with a lot of units, but if that fails, there's nothing to fall back on. And Beasty might not have like crazy money and crazy units, but I think him paired with MaxPax are going to outdo just Mass Phoenix. Getting ahead of myself, obviously, and that's not how last game went, but between the bio, between the Widow Mines, it's not going to take much from Beasty to contribute a lot to this fight. And in fact, I like that HeroMarine's created this line of units down the middle of the map. By the way, he's got these ramps covered with Widow Mines. These aren't meant to get crazy amazing shots, but catch some units off guard, give an early alert to an attack coming. He's got missile turrets covering Roddy's bases. I'm loving this. This is some good synergy on the bottom side, I gotta say. Beasty's also creating the Great Wall of missile turrets. I mean, of course, the big drawback with Phoenix, they can't lift buildings. They can't attack buildings, period. So if you want a safe spot to retreat to, it would be over a bunch of static defense. Rifkin, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much is he a nerd? 10 for sure. I mean, you wouldn't be wrong. I'm a fucking loser, dude. Oh, that's cool. Hey, so Kill Males just he messaged me in Discord earlier. We had that little PSA about messaging me in Discord. And the message, I just seen his message just now. I was checking something with the admin, but I seen his, and he says the winnings he earned yesterday, he just wants to add to the 2v2 prize pool. That's pretty fucking cool, dude. I'll just throw you 20 bucks in over there. Thank you. It's really nice of you. Ooh, Drilling Claws can make a real world of difference. Widow Mines take so long to bro. It's very easy for the Phoenix to pick them up. Not to mention they get revealed afterwards, but I gotta say the map vision right now is kind of unreal from the bottom team. I love this spot for the Marine too, just kind of hidden behind the missile turret. That's not really a missile turret. A couple Widow Mines. Look at the drag and drop. Again, with Drilling Claws, this is gonna burrow instantly, so it'll be more likely to get some worker kills here, or maybe bait something. I think oh, this is bait. Oh, this is okay. I kind of like this. I don't know if the Marine saw. No, the Marine. There's no way the Marine saw the Widow Mines. Roddy's gonna see this like medevac. Oh, please don't take the bait, dude. This is so obvious. If Beasty had been dropping up to this point and you see that medevac, then I think it's worth like hunting down. But an idle medevac, I gotta keep an eye on this, guys. Roddy doesn't know about this, but I don't know. Beasty's gonna try and draw some attention to it, maybe. I'm pretty sure this is bait. There's no question about it. With 4 Widow Mines seeing that odd position, he's hoping the Phoenix come to him. Okay, I'm turning the applause bot back on. Don't use it right now, guys, please. But if oh god damn it, why is it going off? No one's done anything. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Okay, we're so close to this happening. I don't think Roddy's gonna take this bait. I gotta imagine he sees that he's just like, mate. Oh no. He's doing it. He's going for it. You know, he's gotta know. There's no way he doesn't know, right? But at the same time, HeroMarine's not scanning? Come on. All right, the shots get wasted. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I got so excited for that to get wild and out of control. Ultimately, like nothing came of it. BC's got more tanks, so he'll win the tank battle. Couple shots there. We talked about HeroMarine trailing, and he has been. But I guess now that Roddy's maxed out, HeroMarine can finally start spending his own cash. So we do see him, first off, expanding like a crazy madman. I mean, this is insane. But also, he's got some real army units on the field now. I kind of wrote him off earlier because we weren't expecting him to be that contributing to the battle. So that's not going to quite be the case. Oh, Tempest and Liberator helps disrupt that. Thors on the ground are going to be good against the carriers if they get to stay on the ground and fight. They also can't be lifted by the Phoenix, which is nice. We got carriers, we got Tempest. I mean, when it comes to Phoenix, it's 16 versus 26. Let's see if the ground support works. Ooh, there's a lot of missile turrets. Building armors here too. This is not going to be an easy spot for RotterdaM to break. He goes in here, and the Thors, you can see, are disrupting the carrier count. Tempest as well, designed to deal with that, but 23 Phoenix from Roddy still survive the fight. And those Phoenix are the real deal in this game. I know that they can't lift up the Thors and they can't kill those buildings, but if they control the army, they control the map. Looks like somehow, some way, MaxPax managed to, Beastyqt managed to get a couple of Hellions over here. Got so many names in this game to keep track of. This ends up killing quite a few SCVs out of HeroMarine, but because HeroMarine had done this like crazy rapid expansion, he has so many orbitals. 4 of them. They can just drop all those mules. Losing like 5 or 6 SCVs is not that big of a deal. Oh, well, hold on. If he starts losing more, it will be. Hellion to the main base. Seriously, he got like a Hellion to every goddamn base. Props to Rowdy for using the Jeff voice back. Of course, man, they were close. All right, the army out of MaxPax. I'm a little jaded about this because obviously I don't know the meta for 2v2, but both teams are starting to go Tempest for the late game. Lots and lots of Tempests. I think range is going to be big. They don't have that much range versus ground, but they still have range versus air. And with Tempest, you can kind of force fights by poking away from a distance. And while RotterdaM has more Phoenix, it's worth noting MaxPax does have more Tempest. So like we're in one shot of carried like territory. Widow Mines. Oh, Widow Mines! They were a huge shot off of the Phoenix. Big EMP forces RotterdaM to disengage. Well, it wasn't a literal EMP, but basically an EMP, taking those shields out of the fight. Looks like Beasty's gonna be running around with these Hellions once again. 4 likely going to the main base. These other 4 probably just gonna be running around. There's a base down to the south to take. Both teams have taken the map by storm. There's hardly any bases unmined right now. I don't even know what you would phrase that as. Sees a lot of cannons. That's a oof. SCV's gonna fall back from there. Missile turrets coming down. Oh, the hella missile turrets still up in the main base. I don't know how you're gonna sneak past these, Beasty. You're not. Spoiler alert. RotterdaM goes for an engagement on the south side while this happens. Thor's out of both. Man, okay, look, I know this game's been all about the Protoss up to this point, but I think this is starting to shift to be more about the Terran. Because as both teams get more Thors out, they are going to hit this critical mass where Thors are going to be the absolute kings in this game. Phoenix aren't going to stand a chance. Carriers aren't going to stand a chance. If you guys have never seen this engagement, Tempest also don't stand a chance. Thors are the ultimate anti-air unit in the game at the moment. Their biggest drawback, though, is they're clunky and they can't really chase. So in like a direct engagement, they get to sit and fight. Thors are awesome. Thors walking into this, not so awesome. The damage versus massive is huge at 43 every like 1 second. Rapid fire on top of these Tempests is certainly not a problem. Oh my god, it is gonna nuke down those carriers. Jesus Christ, the Tempest count's insane. 12 on one side, 8 on Roddy's. They are going to disrupt the gold base at this rate, which will be good, but at the same time, they leave themselves open and vulnerable. Siege chains getting picked off here, for example. Widow Mines get another pop-off. Oh my god! One more Widow Mine shot, and RotterdaM loses all of his Phoenix. The Phoenix are becoming less impactful and less important as the game goes on, as we further towards Thors and Tempests and what have you, but still a very big part of RotterdaM's army. Certainly doesn't want to lose those to a single Widow Mine shot, which is kind of what we're setting up for here. We got pylons coming down. Really curious about this. Maybe some shield batteries and cannons to help with the static D. I mean, MaxPax is on like... What the fuck? I didn't even realize their mineral count till just now. MaxPax and Roddy have like insane banks going for them, while our Terrans are living in like squalor and poverty. Like HeroMarine has no bank to speak of. He's not maxed out. Same for Beastyqt. But RotterdaM and MaxPax, they're just living it up, dude. Goddamn Protoss. Goddamn Protoss. Beastie's going for battle cruisers. Okay, I can kind of see some merit in this. But with a really high Tempest count, I don't think BCs seem that viable to me. So maybe this is more of like an investment for later on, but right now, I mean, he's got 3 starports with tech labs. His armor upgrades are looking good too. Actually, upgrades across the board are definitely favor RotterdaM over everybody else, but I'm just like screaming at Beast. I want BC to make a ghost so bad. Same for HeroMarine. Like if either Terran player makes like a ghost, I feel like that's like a game-breaking unit. I mean, with so many of these shield-based units stacked up as heavily as they've been, Widowmines are kind of filling that role a little bit here for Beastie and MaxPax, but for the most part, I'm just surprised it's not. Oh my god, he's actually doing BCs. It's not been ghosts at any point. Okay, so here's where the battle cruisers get really interesting to me, right? With both Terran players having on Thors and with both Protoss players having a lot of Tempests, battle cruisers are objectively the weakest unit that they could go for. They're susceptible to everything on the map right now. But they're also going to be technically more mobile. I love this idea in my head where BC's going to make these and just teleport 1 to every base. And it's going to be a huge cost and a huge sacrifice. But RotterdaM can't possibly pull his army back to deal with that. HeroMarine doesn't have the army spread enough to do it either. I'm really interested to see how we use these. First helping a bit here on the right side. There's still Thors on HeroMarine side. Those are actually in the wrong transformation mode. No, they got the guns out. Sun's out, guns out, boys. This Air Mac, man. This is the most RotterdaM game I could ever cast, I swear. Shield batteries are gonna be really useful here. I think the cannons are great. Shield batteries I think are gonna be so much more valuable though. Widowmines are stacked up huge. Oh, big scan out of HeroMarine. RotterdaM is about to fly right into those. Siege tanks to help remove them from play. Here come the big engagements. Oh, he's landing. Oh, this is so sick. I love mules for repairs on the front lines. It's not a big deal, but it's something. Tempest to Tempest, where are those battle cruisers though? 5 of them are made and done. They're sitting right here. They're just on the edge of battle. Beastie, get these in the fight! He's losing his Thors on the low ground. They're taking out some of the carries. You see that focus fire. MaxPax now 13 Tempests and 4 carries are most of their defense. Yamatos could fly. Beastie's got these BCs, man. I just feel like this is coming in too late. Even if he Yamatos, most of these battle cruisers are going to die before they even cast their Yamatos. Yeah, Thor's just focusing him down. Oh god, it's falling apart for Beastie. I don't like the battlecruiser swap. I really don't. I think it was a mistake. If HeroMarine had no Thors, I think the battlecruisers have more power in this game. But whatever the plans were for the BCs, they weren't used here for the defense, and this is falling apart for our top team. It's a snowball that's really hard to stop with how big the army is. This isn't like Lings and Banelings you're trading out and hoping for like a good engagement, 1 Widowmine shot. No, this is Tempest and Thors, dude. Siege tanks as well. Beastyqt and MaxPax may have inspired this tournament, but they're about to fall out of it too. 5 more battlecruisers spawning in just a second. I mean, even if they like just teleported on top of the army, right? So it's full DPS upon arrival. This is still like too many goddamn units. Yamatos don't one-shot Thors either. It's gonna take 2 Yamatos per Thor. Tempest plucked out of the sky. Beastie biding his time, but I don't know. Bunch of Widowmines just got made. Ah! They all get taken out before they can burrow though. Oh, it feels so bad. There's the teleport directly on top of the army. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Maximum DPS. Yamatos let fly, takes out most of the Tempest. The Thors are still a problem, but Thors are fighting the Tempest right now, so the battlecruisers kind of have some power, but they're running out of juice. Oh my god, this is so close to breaking. MaxPax still has somehow has like 120 army supply. And RotterdaM's reinforcement line is so slow, same with HeroMarines, that this might stabilize in the weirdest of ways around this base. Unlikely, but might just happen. Thors are gone now. A couple more Yamatos fly out. What are we at for the Tempest? 18 to 13. What the fuck, dude? There's like nothing else on the map for these Protoss players. But of course, that's not all this is about. Oh, the production gets compromised for MaxPax too. Bottom side, Rowdy's got these Tempests. He's been producing a ton. They do hold the top. They finally pulled off the top. But I mean, this really is that classic StarCraft at what cost? Because 9 SCVs remain for Beastyqt. even if you were to drop hella mules, as you can see, these orbitals are actually kind of out of juice from all the scans. 5 battle cruisers coming out, might be the last 5 battle cruisers he makes this game. And I think RotterdaM's Tempest production just do. How many Stargates is Roddy on right now? 8. No big deal. That's 8 Tempests whenever he wants them. Just snap of the fingers. Remember, him and MaxPax both had a massive bang. That's gone. That's far gone at this point. Missile turrets, drag. Okay, this is some sick bait. I don't know why. I guess Roddy's he's just feeling confident. He's feeling cocky. But he should. They're about to take a 2-0. They're like moments away from finishing this game and sealing the deal. Beasty's got nothing. Sad to say, but Beasty's got nothing. Battlecruisers are just not going to cut it. This is the wildest version of any kind of late game TVP we could have ever hoped to see. I love every second of this. I'm sad because I love Beastyqt and MaxPax, but it's also sick seeing HeroMarine and RotterdaM, Team Big Mac, Team Big Clap. Everything's falling back. It's like to no avail though. Even though he keeps picking off these Tempests, Roddy's just making like more units. Dragging back over the cannon, getting some free damage there. Okay, that's nice. Battlecruiser's here. What's the plan, Beasty? It's a shame you never even got the +3 weapons. That would have been hugely helpful. I mean, Yamatas are obviously the focus of why you want battlecruisers, but their auto attacks are pretty big when you consider there's not that many armor upgrades for HeroMarine. Lots of armor upgrades for RotterdaM, but not so much for our Terran. All right. Hellion standoff here at the top. What do you see? Bases being called. Last attempt at a very good hurrah. The battlecruisers run in for their wild DPS, but oh, I'm sad to say this is it. I want more games out of these guys, but that's it. 2-0 RotterdaM and HeroMarine. Team Big Mac take the series 2-0. We'll advance on in the brackets.